Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can create your own free logo in Word and how to insert it into the headers and the footers. So go to Insert and go to Shapes. Now Shapes is going to be your friend when making your own logo. Now obviously you can get your own inspiration from the internet, completely up to you, but I'm going to show you a few techniques on how you can go about creating your own logo and then how to save it as your own logo and how to import it. So we're just going to scroll down. Firstly, I'm going to go to this shape here and then just click and draw out that shape. So here you can see we've got this little border line around the outside and we've got this fill color here. So you can see we've got this border line around the outside and we've got a fill color. So the way to adjust these is to select your shape, go to shape format, over to the border lines. Now you can keep yours in or you can take it out. I'm going to select to take it out and select no outline. And then the shape fill, you can select any color of your choice. But for today, I'm just going to select black. Now all I'm going to do is to copy and paste it. So the quickest way to do so is to select it, hold down your Alt or Option key, click and drag. And then you can see they're both selected. So I'm going to do it again. And you can see I've now got 4. Now I'm just going to move these just for a little more interest. You don't have to do this, completely up to you. And now I'm just going to select them all by holding down my Command or Control key and clicking on each shape. Then I'm going to go to Align and then I'm going to go to Distribute Vertically. Now what that will mean is we've now got an equal space between each of these shapes. I'm then going to go to Group and select Group. Now they're all grouped together. We can move them around as one group. Now you can make them bigger and smaller, but it will cause a slight adjustment. So if I grab the top here and I move them down, you can see they will squash and their ratio will change. You can see how that changes. So if you want to make changes to how they look, I suggest you try to do that at the very beginning. So that's the first type of logo that you can make. Alternatively, you can go to Icons and then you can simply scroll through here and select any kind of logo appropriate shape. Obviously try to keep it as simple as possible, such as this one or perhaps this one here. Click Insert. When you insert these, they won't be able to be moved. So select it, go to Wrap Text and select in front of text. Then you can move it around, make it bigger or smaller. But you can also go to Graphics Fill. You can change the color. But if you can't find your own personal color, go to More Fill Colors. You've got this color wheel. You can move this little circle around your color wheel to select any color, which will be in this square here. You can also make it brighter or darker depending on the color you're going for. We can select the blues here. Once you're happy, simply click OK and the color will appear here. Now, some of you may or may not have the little eyedropper tool which is here. Now this can be very useful for matching colors if you have your own brand colors. If you click on it, you can actually move it over the top of colors and you can then click and it will create that color and then just click OK. Another way to make logos is to combine some of these. So for example, let's say we select this one, click Insert, go to Wrap Text, select in front of text. We can move this one, we can copy it, deselect both of them, reselect this one, we can rotate it around, we can move it, and we can make a completely new shape. Sometimes it's easier to move it with your arrow keys. And as you can see now, we've made a completely new shape just by combining 2 of those icons. So you can select them both, holding down that Command or Control key, Graphics Format, Group, select Group. Now you have one group. I will show you how to put the text in shortly, but I'm going to show you another technique. Go to Insert, Shapes, click on this one here, click and draw out your shape. If you hold your Shift key down, it will make a perfect dimension of that shape, otherwise it will distort. Again, I'm going to go to Shape Fill and select No Fill. But this time I'm going to go to outline, select black, go to outline in the drop down again, go to weight, and this is the thickness of the line. I'm going to go to 3. Then I'm going to copy and paste it, deselect both of them, just reselect this one and rotate it round. And then we can move it over the top of this one. And they're hopefully creating a square in the middle here. Now that looks like a fairly good logo. However, you can make some adjustments by using the little white overlays. Now the white overlays on any design can only be used on a white background. If you choose to have a different background, such as a blue background, you can match the colours. I'll quickly show you how. So if we firstly go to design, I'm going to change the colour of the background. Go to insert, shapes, and click on the square, and then click and draw out a square or rectangle. Take the outline off, shape fill, go to white, and you can move this over the top. And then if we copy and paste it, just move it over, then copy and paste it. I've just used the Command or Control V, Command or Control C technique. Move it down to here. Now you can see at the moment this doesn't look great. However, if I change the background back to white, so if I go to design and select no page color, you can see how this will affect your design. And it makes it a little bit more interesting, the fact that you've taken out those little areas. So if your intention is only ever to use this on a white background, then you can see how this would work. And it can work for any of the designs. So for example, if I wanted to make a cut through here, for example, let's just borrow another one of these. And let's say I just wanted to cut through the center of this design. Then that's how that would work as well. So you can see how you can use these white rectangles to completely change up your design. You can obviously place these anywhere you like, and you can make multiples of them as well. Now, if you've got a background to your design, so let's say, for example, let's go to Insert, Shapes, Circle, hold the Shift key down to make a perfect circle. Let's just take the outline out, Shape Fill. Let's go to the blue here, go to Send Backwards, Send to Back. And then all we can do is select this box here, hold down the Command or Control key, select that box there, go to Shape Fill, and then once again you can create the same effect, but what you will do is just have to change the color of those little inserts. But it will now protect your whole logo, because when you then save it, you can use this logo anywhere on any background, be it white or black or blue, and it will still work perfectly. So now for some text, let's just remove this white bar. Let's go to Insert, Text Box, Draw Text Box, click and draw out a text box. So let's just type your company name, and underneath you can put your tagline text. Now to customize this, once again, we've got this black borderline and white background. We'll get rid of both of those again. No outline, shape fill, no fill. So a couple of techniques with these. You can make the top one bold if you want to. Go to the Home tab, select bold. Obviously you can change the text and you can change the size of it as well. But another simple technique to use is to actually put a space in between each of your characters. So pop your cursor in the first one, press the space bar, then the arrow key, space bar, arrow, and so on and so forth. Then what we will do is put 2 spaces between the text. We can do with the same with the bottom. This is just to add some interest. You can do it another way using a text format technique, but I'm just going to show you this very simple and easy way to do this for now. So to combine this with your shape, let's grab this shape here. What you need to do is probably easier to make the text as big as you need it rather than adjusting the size of your shape, because as you saw before, it did distort. So if we line that C up, and we can see that that's a little bit bigger than the logo. So if you want to be really accurate, go to Insert, Shapes, Line, hold down the Shift key to get a perfectly vertical line. Command or Control C, deselect, Command or Control V, and then just move this down to the side here. Now these just simply act as guidelines, so make sure they line up with your shape. Then you've got your text box here, and then we can increase the size of the text. So let's try 17 and press enter. It's a little too small. Let's go to 18 and press enter. Let's go to 17.5 and press enter. And then we can just move that over with my arrow keys. So we can just select these little guidelines here and just delete them. And then we can select the text and just move that down with our arrow keys. Now we've lined it up. Check you're happy with the whole look of the logo. Select both of them, holding down the Command or Control key, go to Shape Format, Group, and select Group. Now right click on it, go to Save as Picture, and then we can save it as Picture 1. I'm just going to save it to my desktop, and then make sure you saved it as a PNG so it gives it a transparent background, and then click Save. So let's just delete all of this. And then if we double click at the top here into our headers and footers, you can go to Insert, Pictures, Picture from File. You can see we've got Picture 1 at the top here, and click Insert. So once it's inserted, you won't be able to move it. So once again, select it, wrap text in front of text. And the beauty with this now being picture is you can resize it and none of it will distort the same way as it would if you tried to move this around or resize this as a grouped graphic in Word. And then you can move it any way you want. You don't have to move it within this line up here. You can put anything in the headers and footers anywhere on your page and it will be perfectly preserved in the headers and footers. Double click in your page. Your logo is now in the headers and footers. It is grayed out, but that's just to let you know it's in the headers and footers. But if you print this out or you save it as a PDF, it will look absolutely perfect. And then if I go to Insert, Page Break, you can see how it's now copied across to the next page. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe and have a great day.